I'm about to take on what is quite possibly the hardest Disney fan art drawing challenge ever. What have I got myself into? Howdy folks, Jamboriki here, and please let me explain. So recently I set a challenge for myself and two artist friends, Sora and Leo. We had to draw 3 different Disney characters, and each drawing was given a time limit of only 30 minutes. Which Disney characters? Well, Hades, Pumbaa, and Jasmine. Now, I'm not very confident when it comes to drawing. You're probably thinking, but Jamboriki, you're an animator, you have a degree in animation. Well, the thing to remember is that not every artist can animate, and not every animator can draw. I specialise in stop motion animation, which doesn't require me to draw, but rather move puppets. If I was to grade my drawing skills, I'd probably give them a D or even an E. First, I'm going to be showing you how well I got on with my drawings in this challenge. After that, I'm going to invite Leo and Sora into the video, and we're all going to give feedback to each other's takes on these characters. So without any further ado, this was my journey through this challenge.
3, 2, 1, go!
Right, so Hades has a head like an aubergine, I've noticed. So I'm gonna need space for an aubergine and then space for his body, which is surprisingly round, but might be just the angle or perspective. So yeah, let's try and draw Hades' little aubergine head. He has very pointy cheekbones. Gonna keep this. It's very long. It's a very long, thin kind of head. He's big. Evil grin. Another pointy cheekbone. He has shark teeth, so let's try and draw some sharp little shark teeth. There we go. Nom 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 nom. Hades gonna bite you. No, I don't like the head. The head is a bit too round. Let's fix the head. I don't like the head. I don't know if that's any better, but let's draw the nose. Brow. So he's got eyes that are very round and the pupils are very sharp, so let's try and capture that. Okay, why does my Hades look so friendly? Hi, I'm Hades! Yay! Let's add in all these little extra details that he has on him. So you've got all these like little wrinkles on him. Try and get those right. He just doesn't look like Hades so far. What is this? Maybe sharper pupils? Let's put some black around his eyes. Maybe that'll make him more Hades, I guess. What is that? What is that? Add his little ear. Okay, I think it needs to be moved down a bit so I can like get his hair. Okay, let's move it down a bit so there's some space for his hair. You have quite a big neck, Hades. But again, that's probably just the perspective of the reference picture I've gone with. Very round body. Let's go for this little round body of his. He's just starting to look like Beetlejuice. What is this? Is literally Beetlejuice.
Hey, Hug, you wanna make a deal? Come on, let's make a deal. Come on, hey.
That's a bit more Hades, but not great. Why can't I draw fire? Toga, 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 2000. Okay, so he's got this little skull pin that looks kind of like an evil mushroom or a jellyfish. So let's draw that. I'm not sure if I can do his little toga pattern there. I can try. It's like that. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. What have I made? What have I made? What is this creation? This would scare Hades himself. What is this? Okay, I have time to fix this. I have time to kind of fix it, I guess. Where do I even start? There's so much to fix. There's just so much wrong with this already. It's a little tiny better than before, I guess, but I've got some time left, but I don't know what I could do with this time to make this any better. I really don't. Okay, I kind of rescued it. I kind of sort of rescued it. It's still a bit rough, but it is much better than it was before. Like, I can start to see Hades here. Hades is starting to, like, appear. Okay, time is up. I can hear the alarm. Time is up. That's the best I can do.
3, 2, 1, go!
Right, so I feel like this one's going to be tricky. I was kind of confident with Hades because when I draw for fun, I like to draw monsters and villains. I don't tend to draw princesses, so yeah, I don't know how this is going to end up. And the thing is, when I was drawing Hades, I could at least think, oh, it doesn't matter how ugly he looks, he's a god of the underworld. But Princess Jasmine, oh, I'm already doing bad. Princess Jasmine's got to look beautiful. I don't think I'm very good at drawing beautiful. I get the gist of the shape of her head, it's just I don't know what I'm doing in terms of trying to put that shape onto paper. Okay, let's try and get a cute little smile. Can't say it's gonna look good. Oh, that looks like she's put on lipstick really, really badly. It looks like lipstick done by like a madwoman. Very gorgeous eyes, and I'm already screwing them up. That looks evil. That looks like an evil eye. Okay, that's not bad. That's alright. That's alright. That's definitely better than I thought it would end up looking like. I could do worse. I could do worse is what I'm saying. Right now, so the trigger bar is trying to do the same on the other side, and I'm already no, not happy with that. Why can't Jasmine be a Cyclops? Then I wouldn't have to worry about this. Got her eyebrows here, which her eyebrows are kind of peeking out of her hair frame. Okay, this is looking better than I thought it could. I'm not saying it looks good, but it's definitely better than I thought it was going to end up looking. I was expecting a lot worse than this. I'm pleased so far, and I have time to make it look even better. So yeah, little optimistic, maybe too optimistic. I'm gonna try and do her earrings. Her earrings are very distinct, very unique, so not bad, not bad. Could be worse. Now her hair, I don't know. I don't know what to do about your hair. I guess that's okay. That's decent enough. I'm not sure how to draw her little, I'm not sure what this is on top. I think it's a crown, some piece of jewellery. Get her neck done. I'm not, no. She does not have a giraffe neck. She does not have a giraffe neck. Okay, let's try and get her necklace done. Okay, this is at least average. This is at least average. This could be so much more worse. I might be trying to be nice to myself because it's helping me relax. Okay, I'm going to do my best to just fix what I've got. Fix what I've got. I know the bits that I really want to focus on. I know the bits that could do definitely need more work. But yeah, I have time. I have time. Right, I'm halfway through the drawing, and it's looking a lot better. It is definitely looking a lot better. It is nowhere near perfect, but like considering where I started, it's improving. It's improving. It kind of looks like Jasmine, and it kind of doesn't. Alarm has gone off. It is time for me to stop. Woo!
3, 2, 1, go!
So I knew from the beginning that Pumbaa was going to be the most difficult one. I just knew it. I knew it. So I think this is going to be my worst out of them all. I just want to focus on trying to get his head shape right first. I think once I've got that nailed down, I should be okay. I think it's a bit too round. That's a bit too round. Why does it look like a frog? I feel like it's gonna look more like Sully from Monsters Inc. at this point. So I've got his little mane here. Okay, now it's looking like Bowser. I told you, I draw monsters more. I draw monsters more than warthogs. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is pretty much Bowser. This is Bowser. Can I just draw Bowser now? His big snout. Nah, I don't like that one. How do you make a warthog smile? He looks scared. And I know I've done it the wrong perspective. I know I have. It's too late now. Too late now. I'm just gonna have to work with it. I don't know how I'm gonna go about doing his tusks. His tusks seem like the hardest part to do. I'm just wondering, how big do I have to make them, or I guess that's big enough. That looks like a knife. It looks like it looks like he's keeping a knife in his nose. Okay, this is kind of the groundwork for him. Oh, poor Pumbaa. I'm gonna now use the rest of my time to try and fix this disaster. I think out of everything so far, the eyes The eyes are the thing that I want to fix the most. I want to focus on the eyes. Okay, the eyes are a little better. Not perfect, but better. Better. Okay, not happy with the snout. I think I kind of rushed the snout, so let's try and fix the snout. Not too happy with the mane. Let's fix the mane. Needs to be like his hair's a bit more. I don't know how to word it, but like yeah, the hair needs to be fixed. I have all this spare time, and I don't know. I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to utilize it. I guess I could fix the ears. I feel like the ears need to be fixed. They look like Shrek's ears. I've made them worse. I've just made them worse. The ears are so bad. They look like fairy wings. It looks like a warthog with fairy wings. I feel like I'm going to be spending the rest of the stream trying to fix these stupid ears. These bloody ears. And the alarm has gone off. That's it. No more time. It's done. Right, now that you've seen how well I did, I'm going to be introducing our special guests. Artist Sora Star.
Hi.
And Leo Mitchell.
Hello.
Okay, so what were your experiences like with this challenge, you two?
Well, it's certainly been a challenge because usually I'll take my time to do different stages of a piece from the roughs to the pencil refined sketches to the inks and colours or whatever. But because I'm limited to literally just half an hour, I had to pick and choose what I do to save some time and make sure I can do as good as I can with that with a half hour space.
Like, you guys have seen my art and you see how colourful it is, and I tried my best to like deliver that same quality in like compressed amounts of time. There's not as much detail as I would have liked to put into them, but I mean, I tried to do the best with what the time was given, so I'm not too bothered about how terrible it looks, but it turned out a lot better than I actually thought it would, so there's that.
Sounds like it was tough for you both. Right, let's take a look at each other's finished work. Beginning with Pumbaa from The Lion King. Let's see Sora's first.
Okay, here is...
Oh, so cute! I love the little heart nostrils. The little heart nostrils.
He's so baby.
So, like, because I'm really bad at drawing animals, I thought I'd draw, like, a kind of chibi version so that, I could make it more, like, softer and, like, more in my style, kind of.
You could sell this as a plushie and I would buy it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aww. Like, that's making me feel really confident because I was really worried about this one because, honestly, I never draw animals ever, so this was kind of like a first sort of attempt at that.
So Sora, which part of Pumbaa was the hardest for you to draw?
I think the body, because I wasn't sure whether to draw him standing up or like sitting down, kind of like a cat, or I don't know. So yeah, I'd probably say the body was the hardest part.
And which bit was the easiest?
The face, because I just gave him like anime eyes and like those kind of eyebrows that I always draw, and like that hair that I've been drawing since I was 10. So yeah, definitely the face.
I can see that now. His hair is kind of like Goku's or Cloud's.
Yeah.
If you had more time to draw your Pumbaa, what would you add or change?
I quite like that. I drew him chibi, so I'd probably keep that. And I definitely would work more on the colours, because see the brown that I used, I actually ran out of it on this drawing, so I don't have any brown left. And like I was really you'll see when I give you the video that I'm like really scribbling it out, like really trying, like please come out.
Aww.
I know. And then because I don't have another shade of brown, so I kind of tried to shade in with, like, you can see it's actually purple I've used, like under the hair and like the back of his body. That's actually purple just on top of brown.
Oh yes, it works really well.
That's clever.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm overall pretty pleased with this, and I can't wait to see you guys's.
Aww. And I love the highlights of the hair, and also because he looks like he's only a wee little piglet, so he's got like more hair, and it just adds to the cuteness of it.
Aw, thank you.
Right, and here's Leo's Pumbaa.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So good.
And you did that on traditional.
Yep, just pen and ink and pencil.
That's amazing.
Really is. What I like is that you've managed to capture Pumbaa's design and personality, but also amp up the realism without losing anything at all. Even though everything is hyper detailed, you can still see that this is Pumbaa.
Thank you. Because I like to work in sort of what I do is sort of a semi-realism style, where it's like it has the detail but not quite all of it. So that's like, if there's one thing I can always encourage other artists to do, it's to study real life. Then you'll know what to change and what you want to keep in terms of what you draw, and that's how you develop your own style. And with Pumbaa, I looked at both his original model sheet to see what the shape language was and where everything goes, along with actually looking at real warthogs, because his design is deceptively simple, and even then he looks nothing like a real warthog. For the film, you can tell he's more domesticated pig-like than actual warthog if you compare and contrast the two. And so I couldn't add all the warthog details, but I did, like, even though the outer design was more simple, I knew that with studying the real warthogs, I could add a bit more texture to his skin and to make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Thank you.
So Leo, which bit of Pumbaa was the hardest for you to do?
Oh, just the entire outline in general, because Pumbaa is, well, like, he's an animal, which I have drawn animals, but he's not close to his actual animals, so I don't have any real anatomy to work off. So trying to construct the body and just get the basic outline, make sure everything looks like it's in its place, but still has his appealing character and elements that make him recognisable, without making it look either grotesque or everything's just out of place.
Is there anything that you would want to improve if you had more time?
For this one, I'd say maybe a lot. Maybe I'd just be, I don't know, maybe more careful with my strokes, but I could apply that to the other ones too. But maybe I'd try and shrink it down a bit so it didn't fill too much of the page. But then I wonder if that actually works, because the entire thing about Pumbaa is that he's quite large, and so it almost works that he's taking up the more space than any of the other characters.
Okay, here's my Pumbaa.
Hey!
Aww, that's so cute.
I can hear the voice coming out of that picture.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Is there anything that you would say is wrong with this drawing?
The tusks are jutting out like to the side, so because like what we shouldn't be seeing, like the side crookedness of it. What you should be seeing from the front is almost like a elongated teardrop shape, because the tusks go out from the front, like, and you definitely wouldn't be able to see the ridges that are like I don't know how to say it. It's like sort of the flesh line of the tusks. And even then, those aren't in the design. They're sort of, because I've noticed they go actually underneath his top jaw and inside the roof of his mouth.
Yeah, I'm not very good at perspective, I'll be honest. And I referenced a picture of Pumbaa where he was looking off to the side a bit, and I drew him from the front. I noticed this kind of halfway or quarter way through, and I thought, you know what, I don't have time, just keep going.
You know, I really appreciate that you've shaded like little bits of it here and there.
Yeah, in the mouth.
Mainly because after 20 minutes I didn't know what else to do, so I just started shading everything.
If it's any comfort, the fact that you chose to shade the mouth implies depth in there, so that's it. And
Yeah.
obviously, and the lack of light entering the mouth, so that actually does help in your favour.
Yeah.
If I had more time with my Pumbaa drawing, I would just start over from scratch. I really would. I struggled the most with the ears. The ears were really tricky, hence why Pumbaa's ears look like Trek's ears. To be honest, at one point I even considered not giving him ears at all.
Oh yeah, Pumbaa does actually have some funny looking ears when I look carefully, hence why I gave the most realistic element of mine is his ears. They look like a real warthog's rather than Pumbaa's. I will say that it's, funnily enough, in spite of everything, technically yours is more on model to the actual Pumbaa than either of ours is, because we took it in two different directions.
Yeah.
So those are our Pumbaa drawings, but I would now like to take a look at everyone's pictures of Princess Jasmine. Here's Sora's.
She looks pretty.
I really ran out of brown for Jasmine, because I tried to, like, when I was drawing her skin, like, nothing was coming out of my pen, and I was like, how am I going to finish this? So I had to, like, ditch her skin and then just work on her hair and her outfit, and then I did her skin last and, like, really tried to scribble out, like, the last few, like, ink drops of my pens.
Oh yeah, I can actually see, like, it's around the belly area, that's where the ink seems to have run out a little bit.
Yeah.
But if it's any comfort, I think it works in your favour a bit more because you add those extra highlights to define the belly, so it almost just looks like extra highlights. So it doesn't really stand out too much. It actually works in your favour this time.
I wanted to draw her in her red outfit because I've drawn Jasmine so many times, and I was like, how do I make this one different than the other ones I've drawn, other than it looking very low quality?
And I love that you've drawn her red outfit, because, like, is it me or does she actually suit red better than she suits, like, light blue? It's, like, more her colour.
I think so. Yeah.
Red totally fits because she's a feisty character. Which part of this Jasmine drawing was toughest for you?
I think drawing, like, the way she's posed there was, like, kind of difficult to draw her, like, twisting like that and making it look natural. So I'd probably say her body as well.
If it's any comfort, like, the figure's definitely accurate to the aunt model. Like, that's definitely recognised by her waist, and I got the impression she was sort of, like, having a very wistful kind of relaxed walk in the pose drawn there. So it's, like, in motion. That's, especially with the hair going. That's what I got from it.
Anything you wish you could improve in hindsight?
Like, I really like that I drew her in her red outfit, and I would probably keep that if I was to draw her, like, this picture again. And I do like the pose, but I would have probably given her a better pose, because I really love drawing, like, hands in delicate ways. So I would have brought her hands up, maybe, like, posing around her face and doing something more like in vogue than to what I usually do. I would definitely give her hair a bit more texture and draw, like, more strands, but because of, like, this short time, I just really wanted to make sure everything was coloured. I'd definitely give her, like, even more, like, jewellery. Like, I'd probably put more jewels in her crown and, like, give her more embellishments and, like, her earrings and stuff, or maybe, like, a nose ring or, like, some more ear piercings.
Oh, and I also love the that you added, like, she to match the outfit, she has, like, that luscious, like, red lipstick and the orange eyeshadow that really helps sort of complete the outfit in the warm colour scheme along with the gold.
Thank you. I wasn't sure whether to give her orange eyeshadow, or, like, I would have just given her, like, a darker brown, but I don't have any brown, so red. I think I'll definitely draw this one again, but, like, with my usual time.
Right, let's take a look at Leo's Jasmine.
Oh, wow.
Love it!
Thank you.
I love that you've given her that, like, nose.
Thank you. That was when I knew we had to do Jasmine, that was the one thing I was looking forward to the most out of anything, because given her Middle Eastern nationality and everything else, is I wanted to get that right, because I love drawing people from different ethnicities and all the different unique features that they can have across the globe. And so I knew that I was really looking forward to doing the nose, because I actually looked up references for actual like Middle Eastern women's noses, because I think they're absolutely gorgeous, because
They really are.
they are genuinely so beautiful, and I really wanted to highlight that, which was another reason why I was glad to do them in profile, because that really shows it off even more.
Definitely, yeah.
I personally think that you've definitely highlighted the beauty of these noses.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
definitely.
Because even in
And the
Jasmine's...
eyes as well.
Oh, thank you. Because even in Jasmine's original model, like, you can see there's a very, very slight hint of what a nose from that region would look like, but it's very, very muted down to the point where it's, like, barely visible.
It's the same thing I said about your Pumbaa. She really does look like Princess Jasmine in real life.
Oh, thank you.
So, Leah, which part of drawing Jasmine was the hardest for you?
I think it's because with her, I had to be careful. Like, I couldn't be... With Pumbaa and Hades, I didn't have to worry about them looking too pretty in that. I just need to really capture the character, even though Pumbaa was much more difficult. But with Jasmine, I had to be more delicate with my strokes. I can't add too much detail or texture, especially not to her skin or anywhere like that. Even trying to do that little bit of hatching around where her cheekbone is was almost risky in a way, because it just takes one errant line and you can almost age her up too much or completely lose the character altogether.
If you had a bit more time, is there anything that you would change or make better?
I just, I suppose I'd be more careful with the details, like stuff with, like, maybe her clothing, that bit of shading there, and I suppose I'd been a lot more careful with the whiteout when I did the last strands of her hair, like, because I had to, I was down to the last few seconds when I did, like, the white strands in her hair, so I had to get those on really, really quickly and really fast. But yeah, that's another good tip for artists watching. It's study using black and white to do a piece first before you go into colour, because when you're using different tones of greys and different shades of that, it teaches you how to go from lights to darks and understand values, hues, texture, depth and all that, and before you can apply them to colours. So if I had more time, I would have used the pro markers to add things like her skin being darker, add a bit of darkness around the lips and the eyes, and also just like I'll also like maybe add some subtle dark circles around the eyes, because that's another part about hell, even I can vouch for this. It's like when you're of certain races, you can have these like dark circles around your eyes, because I've got them as well. So I'd have loved to have added those, because I like adding things that other people find imperfect and showing how beautiful they can be, much like how I did with the nose.
Okay, here is my Princess Jasmine.
Oh, wow.
Hey, yep, there she is.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I can see you're definitely still going to the more like on-model approach. In fact, I can instantly tell which part of the film this is already drawn from.
Yeah.
So when I do draw for fun, I tend to draw monsters and creatures. So I was not expecting Princess Jasmine to look at least decent.
But yeah, this is really nice.
I'm glad.
Once again, you definitely added shading in the right places, like deciding to keep it to her eyes, eyeshadow, jewellery and clothes.
Because she was in black and white, I had to be a bit creative when it came to picking the grayscale tones for Jasmine. That was pretty fun.
Yep, that's what I was pardon me. It's what I was saying before, like working with different tones and how that actually helps you improve and learn what you're doing more when it comes to different shades and colours.
Like, because you've done it in black and white, she kind of looks like those really early, like, TV movie stars.
Ooh, I like that.
Especially with
Like
the high
one of those
contrast.
glamorous, like, 1920s, you know.
I know what you mean.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see that too.
I'd say that the trickiest part about drawing Jasmine was her necklace. It's not a choker and it's not a chain. It's something very unique, and I did have a hard time trying to get the shape right. I was mainly nervous about the eyes. I wanted them to look pretty.
Yeah, it says Glenn Keane. I think it was animator Glenn Keane who said, "If you're gonna mess up anything in a drawing, make sure it's not the eyes."
Yes, that was exactly.
Yeah.
I was really afraid of that.
I can tell you sort of did this like off the cuff and just going along with the different lines as you went. Like did you try to construct the shapes and the?
Nope, I just dove right in headfirst like an idiot.
Yeah, because you'll have seen in my video, because I start off, you'll see that white circle thing I drew first on every single one of them. Well, believe it or not, that was actually a Nutella jar of all things, and I do that first as a baseline for the skull. Then I'd sketch out the basic outline, do some lines to where the eyes, mouth, and nose would sit, just to make sure everything is aligned, and then a line straight down the middle for where the ears would go. And in all successful drawing, you have to construct it in a simple way, but it's what helps everything keep in place.
I would also say that when you're doing your strokes, make them like long fluid motions that you can see on her shoulders. You've kind of used like small individual strokes to get all the way around.
Yeah, they're sketchy and hesitant.
Yeah, it would look a lot smoother if you gotta draw confident, smooth lines with your whole arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been very unconfident when it comes to my strokes, and I do know that shows.
In fact, a tip for anyone at home: if you're worried about lines doing that, and you want to do a big confident stroke, but you're worried you'll completely miss the mark and go somewhere else, the trick is look to where your pen is going, not where it's actually at. So look ahead of where your pen's moving and keep going. Then you'll keep the line where it's supposed to be.
Time to reveal Sora's Hades. Oh wow!
Whoa!
I've never seen someone play with the hair of Hades like that before.
Oh wow! Look at that! Wow, that is incredible. Those flames and the hair, they've got such motion to them. You can they're so vibrant. You can see them moving. They look amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love how his eyes look very pretty, but you can still tell that those are the eyes of Hades.
Yeah. Yeah, the eyes are just so bold and like all the highlights are perfect.
Wow, thanks a lot.
But the evil is still in his eyes. How?
Yeah.
I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah, it's got a very feminine touch to it, and it looks absolutely stunning. Like it's got this almost a certain elegance along with the really. It's got a little bit of the elegance, but also the sharpness to it, which is really key. It's got that sharpness in the nose, the chin, the eyelashes. It looks so it really, really works.
Oh, thank you so much.
I like how he looks like a teenage Hades, and Hades at that age would play around with his hair and his makeup. Which part was the trickiest for you?
Probably his mouth was kind of hard to get his lips to look like that.
Oh yeah, because I noticed you paid attention to that detail, because Hades' lips they're not smooth, they go in jagged edges, and it's almost kind of surreal to see.
If you had a time extension for this Sora, what would you improve?
I would definitely I'd like to maybe include a hand, so I could have him holding up a flamey hand or something like
Ooh,
that.
That would be cool.
And I would have put more definition into his nose, because it's just kind of a few lines, but I would have really liked to have fleshed it out a bit more so it doesn't come quite to a jagged point. And then I might have given him pointy ears, but I couldn't really see very well in the reference I was looking at if he did actually have pointy ears. I don't think he does, but I wasn't too sure. Oh, does he? Yeah, I would have given him elven ears. Maybe a piercing, I don't know. I would put a lot more definition into the hair, especially near the top and the edges, because you can see where they're really rushed trying to make it look wispy and fiery.
If anything, that works because fire is such a moving element and constantly changing, that if the lack of definition actually helps it a lot more than with yours.
That's true.
It looks brilliant, and it's something you've definitely got over mine, is that the fiery hair looks like it's in motion, it looks like fire and hair at the same time. It really, really works.
I'd love to see you apply this same art style to an angry Hades. That'd be so cool.
Oh, the red one.
I really do like this. I like the way it's interpreted. It's so pretty and so vibrant, and I'm just beyond impressed.
Thanks.
I wish I could have done the flames as good as you've done here.
Like, see, the actual pencil sketch only took me like 3 minutes to do. Like, I blasted this one out so fast.
Wow.
I knew it would just be like so difficult to colour in his hair because I had like all these blues set out on my desk. Like, I'll use this blue and I'll use that blue, and I didn't know how long it would take. So I was like, if I spend less time on the pencil sketch, I can like spend more time colouring because I want this one to be really good.
Yeah, and I think it helped because like with the looser sketch, it means that the line art could be a bit more free. It could just be more energetic and cleaner, and which works so well for this character.
What I also like is that if you took the colours away, this would kind of look like an Al Hirschfeld drawing. It has that same kind of line work.
Yeah, because like all the curves and even if you take the colours away, it's got the extreme curves and the suggestions of the form that works well for a moving element like fire.
Let's now unveil Leo's Hades.
Wow, that's so cool!
I love it so much.
Thank you.
That's amazing!
Thank you. I think this one was the most liberating because unlike with like Pumbaa where it was a bit tricky getting that form right, and with Jasmine where I have to be more careful in how I construct the anatomy and making her look really pretty. Mm-hmm. With Hades, I could just go all out with the exaggeration, make him look grotesque, make him look evil, exaggerate everything more, give him that long chin, that pointy nose, that grin, everything. I could just exaggerate it all because it works for the character and it works for the influence of the original model. Because I decided when I was doing this to look up, to actually study the work of Gerald Scarfe from the source. So I saw a few documentaries on him, looked at his art, and especially saw what he was doing behind the scenes on Disney's Hercules, because he had a very big role in the different development stages, which is really, really good. So he got a big say in a lot of the designs for the most part. Like, obviously it's very Disneyfied still, but they kept in a lot of what they could do. Like,
I think that if Gerald Scarfe saw your Hades, he'd love it.
Yeah.
He'd think it was awesome. Seriously, it looks like you've taken the spirit of Gerald Scarfe's work and transcended it into your own personal art style. It's fantastic.
Aww, that's definitely the best compliment I could have gotten.
I don't know if this was intentional or not, but I like that his face kind of looks like a mask.
I was thinking that.
A bit like Jason X's mask or the mask from the Phantom of Paradise.
Yeah.
I thought it looked like the Green Goblin mask from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I did notice that as I was drawing. I realised he looks kind of goblin-like in this, and I actually do like that because it works with the character a bit.
And because his face is kind of like a mask, it makes me ponder what horrifying thing is underneath that mask.
And also maybe like a Greek theatre feel to it, because I've seen like the exaggerations there.
Totally, yeah. There's so many layers to this drawing.
Thank you.
I absolutely love how you did like the little cape thing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Like the shade in there is so good, and then like the little skull, because in the animated version, like the skull doesn't really have that much like definition to it. It's just kind of there, but here you can see it's got like weight and depth, and it looked really good.
Oh, thank you. In fact, that's the reason I drew Hades from that side in profile rather than the other one, just so I could get to draw that skull clasp and try and give it a sort of metallic feel to it.
And if you had just a bit more time, is there anything you would add or change?
Oddly enough, the fire, because obviously trying to do something that's completely shapeless, constantly moving, and translating it to pen and ink and line is really difficult. So it's hard to draw that and keep it both keep the shape of the design and also keep it moving. And yeah, in hindsight, I've had more practice with like fire to make it more. And I think I've done better fire before, like a Phoenix I did for Inktober that looked a lot better than how this turned out. So yeah, I'd probably get more practice with fire to make it look more fluid and a little less stiff, because because Sora's definitely got that in her picture, because the fire looks really fluid and really three-dimensional, whereas my fire looks a bit more stiff and flat.
And if you were given just a bit more time, how would you use that time?
I'd probably be more careful with the toga, like I'd be more delicate with the clothing, the folds and the shading of the cloth, but I think it was around the toga that I started to run out of time, so I had to get those strokes and the highlights in rather quickly.
Right, last drawing of the entire video. Here is my Hades.
Hey!
Oh. Okay, this is my favorite one that you've done so far. You know who this reminds me of? It reminds me of the god of death from Death Note.
Oh my god, it does.
Oh man, yes, he does look like Ryuk. Well, like I said early on, I tend to love drawing monsters and Lovecraftian style creatures and stuff like H.R. Geiger. So I felt most confident when it came to drawing Hades. I felt like I was in my comfort zone.
I knew you'd be more in your element with Hades because obviously you like to draw things grotesque and monstrous, and that's the character you can definitely apply it to.
I'll admit that I half-arsed the toga pattern because I don't like drawing formal patterns. I prefer drawing curls and swirls and spirals.
You look so happy in it.
Yeah, he looks so happy.
I mean this as affectionately as possible when I say this looks like it could be like a face of a meme.
Yes, somebody meme it. What also made this one easier to draw compared to the others was how Gerald's designs are basically a bunch of shapes.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at Hades, his head is kind of like an aubergine, so I started drawing an aubergine.
Yeah, that's the key to any successful design is the use of shape language. Like, where you can break down a character into the most simple looking forms. So, because that's what helps with the simplicity of it, of the basic form. Then the details are added later.
Right. Okay. So those were all our drawings. Thank you so much, you two, for joining me on this challenge.
No problem.
Thank you so much for having me on, Jam. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope everyone else had as much fun as we did.
I really encourage everyone in the audience right now to go follow Sora and Leo's social media links, which can be found in the description box below. Talented independent artists like Sora and Leo really need our support and love. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Cheerio, folks.